I'm a 24-year-old woman living alone in Brooklyn. One of those old walk-up buildings with no doorman, no security cameras, just a heavy front door and a lock that sometimes sticks. I went to a friend's party in Manhattan that night. Nothing crazy. Midnight came, we watched the ball drop. I had 2 glasses of champagne. By 1:30 a.m. I was tired and ready to go home. The subway was packed with drunk people, so I decided to walk a few blocks first to catch a less crowded line. It was snowing lightly, the kind that melts the second it hits the sidewalk. That's when I first smelled it. Cigarette smoke. Strong. Close. I glanced behind me. A man was walking maybe 20 feet back. Average height, dark jacket, hood up. Couldn't see his face. I kept walking. He stayed the same distance behind me. Every time I shifted pace, he did too. I told myself it meant nothing. New York City. New Year's Eve. Of course people are out everywhere. I turned left toward the station. He turned left. I crossed the street. He crossed the street. My heart started beating faster, but I forced myself to stay calm. I pulled out my phone, pretended to take a call.
Hey, yeah, I'm almost at the station. Mike is picking me up.
There was no mic. I just wanted him to hear it. I walked faster. The stairs to the subway were just ahead. I practically jogged down. The platform was empty except for an older woman and a guy passed out on a bench. I didn't see the man in the hood. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. Maybe I was just paranoid. Too many true crime podcasts. The train came. I got on. Sat near the conductor's car like my mom always told me. 20 minutes later, I was at my stop. My building is a 5-minute walk from the station. Normally I don't think twice about it. But that night, I was scanning every shadow. The street was dead. No cars, no people. Just me and the sound of my own boots on the pavement. Snow was coming down in thin, quiet flakes, and my breath kept fogging in front of me. I reached my building, put my key in the front door. That's when I smelled it again. Cigarette smoke. I didn't turn around. I just shoved the door open and slammed it behind me. The lobby was dim, one flickering light. The elevator was broken, had been for 3 days. I had to take the stairs. My apartment is on the 4th floor. I started climbing. Fast. By the 2nd floor landing, I heard the front door open below me. Footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. I stopped breathing.
It's just a neighbor.
My neighbors were all gone for the holidays. Mrs. Wood went to visit her daughter. The couple in 4B posted Instagram stories from Miami. I knew this because I always check. No one was supposed to be here. The footsteps started climbing. I ran. 3rd floor, 4th floor. My hands were shaking so bad I almost dropped my keys. I could hear him getting closer. Not running, just walking. Like he knew I had nowhere to go. I got my door open, slammed it. Deadbolt, chain. I stood there in the dark, back against the door, trying not to make a sound. Silence. Then I heard it, footsteps in the hallway. Stopping right outside my door, I covered my mouth with both hands. Through the crack under the door, I saw a shadow. 2 feet, standing still. And then I smelled it. Cigarette smoke, seeping through the gap. He was right there, inches away. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Seconds passed, maybe minutes. I don't know. Finally, the shadow moved. The footsteps walked away. Slowly, I heard the stairwell door open and close. I called 911, told them someone followed me home. They sent a patrol car. The officers checked the building, the street, the surrounding blocks. Nothing. Probably just a coincidence, ma'am. Someone who lives nearby. Officer said, but everyone in my building had insisted they didn't use cigarettes. I know because I complained to the landlord last year about someone using cigarettes in the stairwell. He sent an email to everyone. The responses all said the same thing. No smokers in this building. That was 3 months ago. I've since installed a camera outside my door. One of those ring things. It hasn't caught anything, but sometimes, late at night, I open my door and check the hallway. Even with the camera, I still check my deadbolt, then the chain, then the deadbolt again. And some nights, just for a second, I swear I can smell cigarette smoke in the hallway. I quit that job 2 weeks later. I've never told anyone the real reason why, but here it is. I was 22, and working the night shift as a security guard at a shopping mall outside Columbus. One of those dying malls. Half the stores were empty. The food court closed at 6. My shift was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. 8 hours alone in a building designed for 2,000 people. The job was simple. Sit in the security office, watch 16 camera feeds, do an hourly round through the mall, log everything. The protocol was strict. Every hour, I had to walk a specific route. Main entrance, east wing, west wing, food court, loading dock, back to office. I'd scan my badge at 5 checkpoints to prove I did it. If I missed a scan, the system flagged it. 3 flags, and you're fired. Most nights, nothing happened. I'd watch the empty corridors on the monitors, listen to podcasts, count down the hours. But there was one camera that always bothered me. Camera 6, loading dock. It was the oldest camera in the system. Grainy, black and white. Every now and then, the feed would cut to static for a second or two, then come back like nothing happened. I mentioned it to my supervisor once. "Yeah, it does that. Been like that for years. Don't worry about it," he said. So I didn't. It was a Thursday night in November. Cold, rainy. I started my 11 p.m. round. Badge scan at the main entrance. East wing, west wing, all clear. Food court, empty tables. That weird smell of old grease and floor cleaner. Then the loading dock. The loading dock was the worst part of the round. No windows, one flickering fluorescent light, a big metal door that led outside. I scanned my badge, walked the perimeter, checked the outside door, locked, good. I was about to leave when I noticed something. The door to the maintenance closet was open. Just a crack. I always checked that door. It was part of my routine. I knew I had closed it on my 10 p.m. round. I stood there for a moment. "Hell a day," I shouted. My voice echoed off the concrete. Nothing. I walked over, pulled the door open. Mops, buckets, cleaning supplies, empty. I closed it, made sure it latched. Probably just didn't close it properly last time. That's what I told myself. I went back to the security office, sat down, looked at the monitors. I did my midnight round. Same route, same checkpoints. When I got to the loading dock, I checked the closet first. Closed. I scanned my badge and left. Back in the office, I glanced at camera 6 out of habit. Static. I stared at it. Waited. It came back. The loading dock was empty, but the maintenance closet door was open. My stomach dropped. I had just been there. I had just seen it closed. I rewound the footage, watched myself walk through, watched myself leave. The moment I stepped out of frame, the feed cut out. When it came back, the door was open. I sat there, trying to rationalize it. Old camera, old wiring. Maybe the door didn't latch. Maybe a draft pushed it open. I almost believed it. 1 a.m. round. I didn't want to go, but 3 flags and you're fired. I needed this job. I walked the route. Main entrance, east wing, west wing, food court, loading dock. The closet door was closed. I know it was open on the camera. I watched it, but now it was closed. I didn't touch it this time. I just scanned my badge and walked away. Fast. Back in the office, I grabbed my radio. "Control. This is Site 7. Is anyone else in the building tonight?" The radio crackled. "Negative, Site 7. You're the only one on schedule." "Why?" "Nothing. Just checking." 2 a.m. round. I almost skipped the loading dock, but the badge system would flag me. I had no choice. I walked faster than usual, scanned my badge without stopping. I didn't look at the closet. I was halfway back to the office when I heard it. Footsteps, behind me, in the west wing corridor. I stopped. The footsteps stopped. I turned around. The corridor was empty, just closed storefronts and emergency exit signs. "Hello," I whispered. My voice echoed. Silence. I walked faster. Then I ran. I made it back to the office, locked the door, sat in my chair. My hands were shaking. At 5:47 a.m. I heard something. A knock on the security office door.
"Who's there?"
I said slowly. No answer. Another knock. Slow. Deliberate. I looked at the camera feed for the hallway outside my office. Camera 4, empty. No one there. The knock came again. I didn't open the door. At 6:03 a.m., my relief showed up. Dave. Day shift. I watched him on the camera. Watched him walk to the office door. Watched him knock. "Marcus, You okay in there? He asked. I opened the door. You look like hell, man. Rough night, he said. I didn't know what to say. I checked the logs before I left. Badge scans, door sensors, camera timestamps. Everything was normal. All my scans registered. All doors showed secure, except one entry. Loading dock. 2:47 a.m. Door sensor triggered. Someone opened the outside door, but I was in the office at 2:47 a.m. I never went outside, and according to the system, no one else was in the building. I worked 3 more shifts after that. I never did the loading dock round again. I ate the flags. On my last night, I was watching the monitors. Camera 6 went to static. When it came back, I saw something in the corner of the frame, a shape, in the shadows by the maintenance closet. It was only there for a second, but it was looking at the camera. I quit the next day, told them I found another job. I just couldn't go back. Sometimes I still think about that mall. I looked it up recently. It's fully closed now, abandoned. Part of me wants to know what was in that building, but most of me doesn't. Some doors should stay closed. I'm moving next month. New city, new apartment. I haven't told anyone the real reason why, but I need to say it somewhere. I'm a 26-year-old woman living alone in Austin. Last September, I decided to sell some old furniture on Facebook Marketplace. A bookshelf, a desk, some chairs I didn't need anymore. I've sold stuff online before. I know the rules. Always meet in a public place. Always bring someone if you can. Always take cash only. I listed the desk first. Solid wood, good condition, $50. Within an hour, I got a message. Is this still available? The profile looked normal. Guy named Chris. Profile picture was a dog. Golden retriever. Account was a few years old. Yes, still available. I answered, great. Can I pick it up today? He asked. I told him I only meet in public. There's a shopping center near my apartment with a big parking lot. Well lit, cameras everywhere. I've used it before. He agreed. I loaded the desk into my car and drove over, parked near the front close to the entrance. A few minutes later, a silver sedan pulled into the lot. It parked 3 spaces away from me. A man got out, 30s, average build, baseball cap, sunglasses even though it was cloudy. Something felt off, but I couldn't say what. He walked over, looked at the desk, didn't say much.
50, right? He asked.
Yeah, I answered. He handed me the cash. I helped him load the desk into his trunk. The whole time he didn't make eye contact, just kept glancing at my car, at my license plate. I told myself I was being paranoid. He drove off. I went home. That should have been the end of it. 2 days later, I got another message on Marketplace. Different account, no profile picture this time. Name was just M. Hey, do you still have furniture for sale? M asked. I did. I still had the bookshelf listed. Yes, the bookshelf is available. I answered. Cool. Same spot as last time, M said. Wait, what? I stared at the message. Same spot as last time. I never told this account where I met the other buyer. I didn't respond. I blocked the account, but my hands were shaking. The next day, I was working from home. Around noon, I went to the window to open the blinds. There was a car parked across the street. I couldn't see inside. The windows were tinted. I watched it for 10 minutes. It didn't move. Then my phone buzzed. I looked down for 1 second. When I looked back up, the car was gone. I told myself it was a coincidence. It was probably a neighbor's visitor. I almost believed it. That night, I got another message. Third account. Profile picture was a sunset. Name was Chris M. You blocked me. That wasn't very nice, wrote Chris M. My blood went cold. I blocked that account too. Then I made my Marketplace profile private, deleted all my listing. For a few days, nothing happened. I started to relax. Then I came home from work on Friday. Everything looked normal. Door locked, windows closed, but something felt wrong. I walked through my apartment, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, nothing out of place. Then I saw it, on my coffee table, my phone charger. I always keep it plugged in by my bed. Always. But now it was on the coffee table, coiled neatly, like someone had placed it there. I called my landlord. Has anyone been in my apartment? Maintenance? Anything? I asked. Hun, nothing scheduled. Why? Landlord answered. I didn't know what to say. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat on my couch with a knife in my hand, watching the door. Around 2 a.m., I heard a car engine outside. I went to the window, peeked through the blinds. A silver sedan, parked right in front of my building. Headlights off, engine running. I could see the outline of someone in the driver's seat, just sitting there, watching. I grabbed my phone, dialed 911. By the time I gave them my address, the car was gone. The police came, took a report, said they'd patrol the area.
Could be a coincidence, ma'am. Let us know if it happens again. Officer said.
The next morning, I checked my email. Spam folder. There was a message from an address I didn't recognize. Just random numbers and letters. No subject line. I opened it. One attachment. A photo. It was my bedroom, taken from inside. Standing at the foot of my bed, looking toward the window. The blinds were open. Through the window I could see the street, and parked on the street, barely visible, was a silver sedan. The photo was taken while I was at work. Someone was in my apartment, standing where I sleep, taking pictures, and I have no idea how they got in. I went to the police, showed them the email. They traced the address to a VPN, dead end. I changed my locks, installed cameras, started sleeping at my friend's place. I've never seen the silver sedan again, but I know he knows where I live. He was inside, he touched my things, and the worst part, I never posted my address anywhere. I followed all the rules. Public meetup, cash only, no personal information, but he found me anyway. I'm moving next month. Different city, different state. I deleted all my social media, got a new phone number, told my job I'm working remote. I don't know if it's enough, but I can't stay here. Not after seeing that photo. Not after knowing someone stood in my room. And I'll never know who. She followed him home from the subway. He waited in the loading dock until the cameras went dark. And the other one, he only needed a license plate. 3 people, 3 strangers who did everything right. Locked their doors, stayed in public, followed the rules. It wasn't enough. Which story kept you awake? Tell me in the comments. And subscribe, because next week, someone else is sending me their story. Maybe someone from your city. Thanks for watching.